After news about the fake police station in Uasin Gishu County and an illegal detention cell in Kakamega spread out in social media like wildfire, I am convinced that nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to stop any politician or an ordinary citizen from putting up an illegal polling center as the 2027 general election approaches. Now, I have three reasons why I think that we might be surprised after 2027 to discover that a parallel unauthorized polling station has been operational during the election period. But first, let me take you through the fake police station constructed by one Mr. Collins Leting, who operated the station for a record 6 months without express knowledge of either the National Police Service or the National Intelligence Service. Now, the video is here. Now, I want you to see how confident Mr. Leting had become when he spoke to KTN News, even after having operated an illegal police base for half a year.
Names are Collins Letich, or General, and I'm a resident of Keses. Yes. I decided to paint that place. I did not like starting, I painted it with the help of the community, as the community, right? Not as me as an individual. So it is because of the insecurities that we are having in that area.
Do you see any mistake that you may have done?
There is always a procedure, right? I cannot say I have a mistake or not, but there is always a procedure. And before you can go and paint something, you must have gone through few steps. Maybe the steps were not complete, but we had taken some few steps.
Now, elsewhere in Kakamega County, 7 people had the guts to set up an illegal holding cell where they would detain and torture residents. You know, this sounds like a movie, but it's true. And the video is here to prove it.
Now, police in Kakamega are holding 7 people, including a woman, for setting up an illegal holding cell where they detained and torture residents before releasing them at a fee of 300 shillings. Acting on a tip-off from the assistant chief of the area, the law enforcers raided the house where the suspects were holding the residents and freed 9 people, some of whom were seriously injured.
Now, in this video, I want us to look at reasons why we should expect things like illegal polling stations and other top-notch electoral irregularities come 2027. And without any further ado, let's get after it. Now, roughly 2 months down the line, Oscar Sudi, who is one of William Ruto's most prominent ally, had made it clear that should William Ruto fail to attain the required presidential threshold in the 2027 general elections, the UDA fraternity will be prepared, quote-unquote, kujaza kura ya rais. One then asks himself how this will be possible, especially now that people are well informed and well versed with electoral procedures as enshrined in the 2010 Constitution and accompanying legislations thereof. It narrows down to one thing: electoral malpractices, and I say this without fear of contradiction because the king is already naked and he knows it. The handlers knows it, and even Raila Odinga knows it, and that is why him and Ruto are purporting to sign this useless agreement called the 10-point MOU. Kenyans are very innovative people. Now, things like illegal polling stations might be considered useful in kujaza kura ya rais, and of course, people like Oscar Sudi can be very instrumental in organizing stuff like this one. If a Kenyan can operate a police station for 6 months, then nothing can be impossible for anyone who wants to achieve any political objective in this country, whether it is legal or illegal. It is said that Mr. Leting even hired police officers, I don't know from where, but arrests were also made within the 6 months and suspects were held within the police cells within the 6 months that the police station was operational. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it is the government to operate torture chambers. When civilians decide to operate detention cells, such as the one that we've seen in Kakamega, then we know clearly that something is exceptionally wrong with our security systems. It leaves one wondering about the magnitude of the breaches that can be expected when the country enters a delicate moment, such as the general elections that we expect in 2027. Now, do you think it is possible for someone to set up an illegal polling station without the knowledge of IEBC? And do you think this can be part of the alleged kujaza kura ya rais that Oscar Sudi had talked about a few months down the line? Do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. At the end of the day, guys, this is just but my opinion. And if you're watching for the first time, please just get over to YouTube, check out my channel, and I guarantee you will be treated to a ton of recent content on policy, politics, and governance issues in Kenya. I am committed to informing, educating, and entertaining in a manner that mainstream media cannot. If you find my content useful, please don't hesitate to reach out to me through the social media links available at the description of my channel. All right, guys, this is all that I had for you in this video. Let us meet up in the video that's coming right after this.